I'm just gonna drop penises.
This is Me Plus You equals Geek, Episode 2, recorded Sunday, 26th of August, 2012. Double O achieved!
I like that. That's good.
Think that when you won already.
Get ready, fight!
Welcome to the podcast. This
Hey.
is Me Plus You equals Geek. I'm Wes.
I'm Jay.
I'm Annie.
Hey. So, yeah, welcome back. Episode 2.
Yeah,
We've been renewed for a second episode, so that's exciting.
renewed.
The guys upstairs have given us a second episode. Yeah, pretty excited. So today's episode we wanted to talk about D.O.A, the 4-star movie on IMDb. Sorry.
That is out of 10, not 5.
Yeah.
Just want to point that out.
Well, I'm doing a disservice. It's 4.7 out of 10.
Oh, that makes the difference.
Yeah, it's nearly 5, so that's pretty good. We watched that the other night together, and it was pretty awful.
I thought it was awesome.
It was an awesome kind of awful.
Yeah, let's not ask Jay's opinion.
Okay, so the synopsis is simply the movie adaptation of the best-selling video game series Dead or Alive. That's it on IMDb.
I can do a
I
better
bet there's
description.
more, but that's all that they're showing here. Go, Jay.
Boobs.
And asses.
Oh yeah.
Ass and titties.
Should we touch on the D.O.A alternatives? I didn't do very well. All I had was don't overact, which is they didn't listen to that. Don't overanalyze. That's a warning to the listener or viewer. Delivers on asses. Delivers on action. Delivers on acting. That's about all I got. Yeah. I know Laddie had a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, where am I? I have do only ass shots. So there's a lot of them. Double orgasm achieved. I think that's the best one so far.
That's okay.
It's not. It's bring it back in. You've got that double layer. It sounds like a video game thing. I like it. That's good.
Oh, and I have one kind of mostly relating to like the video games, which is do not over animate. Which, if you've played the video games, you'll get why when you start the boobs.
We'll touch on that a little later. I think when we talk about the original video game that it came from. I've got a couple of clips to play, and it just sort of it wasn't as good for clips as I thought it might be.
No.
Just because it's a lot of the same, like
Yeah.
all that stuff.
It's mostly the wire foo that was the huge corny factor of it. It was ridiculous, especially the Asian chick. I don't know if that was intentional.
I think so. Is it racist that if you're Asian, you have to go fight in the bamboos? That's where you know the fight's going to be.
Well, the Asian lady wanted to fight the pretend Asian lady, so she knew she had to go to the bamboo.
I love the pretend Asian lady.
I think
She
it was
had
just
purple
because of the
hair
hair,
and she was hot.
Yeah, she was pretty.
She wasn't in it enough.
I know, she should have been in it more. The Asian lady's good. She was in Sin City. I don't think she's really been in anything else of note, though.
Did her career just end after the D.O.A? Is that what you're trying to say?
She's going to be in the new Sin City, apparently.
Right.
There's a new
She was in Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, that's
the Jason Statham movie. I can't remember her really being in that.
Not seen it.
Yeah, the Mutant Chronicles, or just Mutant Chronicles. Yeah.
That sounds like a sci-fi production if ever heard one.
It's I have heard of that one. Anyway, she was quite good, but like I didn't find the dialogue that dire, but it just wasn't that good.
There were cheesy moments.
Yeah.
One of the most cheesy moments for me was the father-daughter fight when it was like, I get it, they're supposed to be kind of like these wrestlers. They're actually good at fighting in real life, but their career as a wrestler, so it's all pretend, and they make an act out of it. It's just like, when they go to fight, I think there's the one part where he goes to fight her and he walks into like her room and she's like, "Daddy, I'm in my underwear." or something like that, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay, sweetums, I'll come back in the morning, and it's just kind of like, really?
I thought he was one of the better actors in the whole film.
Yeah, but it's just the lines they give them, they're so
He
cheesy.
definitely wasn't based on Hulk Hogan.
No, he was just... I feel confident in saying he was Hulk Hogan, but they couldn't afford to get Hulk Hogan. And yeah, he just everything he said, his appearance, everything was very Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan used to do movies, didn't he?
Yeah, in like the 80s.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
It's
all of them, because he had to rip his shirt off and all of them are going, oh yeah, like that. That might have been more Macho Man Randy Savage-esque. But
dude, he was in Muppets from Space.
He was in Gremlins 2 in the interval bit where the reel breaks. And they're like, I'm sorry, Mr. Hogan, there's been a problem. And then he like looks up towards the movie bay, and he's like, if I have to come up there, I'll lay the smack down on you gremlins. There's gonna be a world of hurt, or something like that. And that's pretty good.
Wow. I don't recognise any of the titles of these films.
Read some out.
No Holds Barred, Suburban Commando. Oh, that sounds like...
I think I've seen Suburban Commando.
Mr. Nanny. Might be. Domini Code. He was in Rocky 3.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
I hate those movies.
Anyway, Dead or Alive.
Oh yeah. So we're talking about Dead or Alive. I just wanted to play a clip quickly. So this is Mr. I'm Not Hulk Hogan. What do you think he's doing here? This is a very quick one. There you go. He is totally biting an apple right there.
Yeah.
That's
He's in the middle of a situation. And
I know. He bit his daughter's leg when they were fighting.
It just sounds
that's
like
that's not dodgy at all.
Sounds like he got one hell of a chunk out of it.
Yeah, it is just like the Foley artist didn't even try.
Yeah.
He's just I'll just bite into an apple, and that'll do.
So, who are your favourite characters? I think we know where's it.
Oh yeah, the pretend Asian chick.
So, what was her name? Do you remember?
I can find out. No, I wasn't really paying that much attention, to be honest. It was Ayan? Ayane?
Ayan.
Ayan?
I think it's Ayan, yeah.
Ayan.
So, what about you, Jay?
Well, my actual favourite character is, I can't remember his name though. Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. He was my favourite, yeah. the Asian chicks. Well, no, that was the bodyguard, wasn't it?
Oh,
the brother was another
right.
one, beginning with H.
Hayabusa was the bodyguard guy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he was my favourite character in it, from a sort of beating dudes up with sticks kind of perspective. Because there was a bit where he just took on about 20 dudes coming at him with sticks. He kicked all their asses.
Oh, that's when he was like kind of coming into the trying to break in to get some information.
Yeah, this is when he was trying to be stealthy.
Oh, and that's when you came up with that amazing line of stuff.
Yeah, there's the bad guy of the piece has bought out this giant island and like carved Buddha heads into every mountain, but he can't afford to give his thugs guns, and he gives them sticks.
To defend the island.
Yeah, to defend his super secret lab where...
It's not even like they have samurai swords, because it's like, okay, well, maybe artistically, don't like guns, it's all about fighting, but no, it's just sticks.
Except at the end, where they all magically appear with swords.
Mm. That's the island where the Asian lady came from in the first place, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, on the steps.
Yeah. Oh, there! Yes, no, you are right, when it's like selling...
Yeah.
You've got like a group of Asian guys come from the top of the giant stairs, a group of Asian girls come from the bottom. It's really organised, since it was like a last minute kind of attack them. Yeah. But yeah,
they were just serving drinks and stuff like that before that. Yeah, as well. Those were just people walking around cleaning.
Those are the only swords they could afford, I think.
And didn't he think about this? Inviting 10 to 20 of the best fighters in the world to your island. They can do whatever they want.
your shitty security isn't going to compare to these guys. They'll be able to break in anything. Did he not think about this, in advance? Maybe hire some of the fighters to do the security.
He did have that one bodyguard guy that whose dialogue throughout the whole film consisted of scowling and going.
Okay, I've got one. I've got one of him. Let's do it.
Great.
His voice is fucking weird.
Hey, buddy, your time's up.
Wow.
Hey buddy, your time's up.
I didn't even realise he had dialogue. I thought he just grunted the whole movie.
I think that's pretty much his only one. That's the guy who's pretending to be a D.O.A. fighter for some reason.
Oh, and he throws a shoe at his groin.
And he beats him up that way.
And it's all like, he throws a shoe, then another shoe, then a statue falls on him, and then everyone looks at each other and the music goes, womp womp.
I really liked the cameo. It was the character Jen Fu. You see him have a fight for 30 seconds, and it's the only film that guy's been in.
Yeah.
And he just looks like the guy from Kill Bill.
He's the beard. Yeah.
That guy.
It was pretty good seeing him jump out of a plane with a jetpack. That would be better.
I want to see that. So, Jen Fu jumping out of an aeroplane with a jetpack.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Fuck yeah.
I think so. Somebody should have had a fight while falling towards the island. I think that would have been pretty cool.
Well, there was a lot of falling towards the island and falling from things.
Yeah. Oh yes.
The opening scene where the chick escapes, the Kasumi. Where she escapes from.
I think she was my favourite.
I haven't. They don't really explain why the hell she's like a prisoner in her own place.
We didn't even ask.
Strange.
We didn't even ask, Larry. What was your favourite character?
I know. I'm just kind of used to talking to. It's just me and the mic, and then you guys talking, so it's okay.
So,
but yeah, I think she's my favourite character, except for the bit where she kind of right at the start where it introduces her and she escapes from her little. I don't know, is it an island that she's on as well? Because
it's very high up anyway.
Yeah.
Wherever it is.
But yeah, I think what you're saying about her being a prisoner there, I think it's more of it's kind of like a tribe kind of thing where if you leave, you're exiled. And, she is the one in charge, so they don't want her to leave, so they try extra hard. I don't get why they have to kill her because she leaves, though. Why don't you just lock the door and don't leave her back in?
Yeah. Or just say, get some milk while you're out.
You're the princess.
But I did kind of like the way she left.
It was pretty badass.
Was it?
Jay didn't think so.
She can run almost as fast as she can throw a sword through the air.
Yeah, that sword went very slow.
Yeah.
I don't know how she managed
and
that.
She's surrounded by a lot of guards who are bent down, and none of them decide to stand up when she's running over the top of them. They all stay quite low down.
It's because they're loyal to her, and even though they have to obey the rules, they can, delay it a bit. No?
No. I think...
Why am I trying to make this film make sense?
I think dumb.
All Japanese, possibly, they call her shinobi when she runs away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, that means...
So there's a Dishonoured.
Yeah. So all shinobis must have, do they call it paraglider wings?
Oh yeah, giant paraglider.
Yeah. Yeah. Which Jay thought was a parachute, but same thing. I've got a little clip here.
Is she wearing a parachute? Yeah. Oh, fuck this film already. That was because she had a pack on her back, and I was like, that's a fucking parachute. Great. She knew that she was going to jump off of this cliff. Even though she was in a formal attire, all of a sudden it just flung off, and there was a fucking parachute on her back. But then it turned out to be a fucking paraglider, which is even better, because that makes sense.
And then she gets the invitation to D.O.A., which is the most fucking dangerous way of inviting someone to anything ever.
Yeah.
Throws spinning blade at them. And
but it's not like it's the most extreme one. I mean, you get Holly Valance's character. She's literally in a hotel room, in a towel, which is nice. But when she finally, fights off all the dudes and escapes, she steals a motorbike, and then as she's zooming down the highway, she gets one. In the windshield.
Yeah, it hits the glass. That'd be off. She would game over, dude.
Yeah. And with the Tina Armstrong, when just kind of lands in her yacht, like
dinged
embedded into it. I would be pissed.
It dinged her $1 million
Especially
yacht.
since, when the pirates came, she was very defensive of that yacht.
She really was.
It was never really explained how those got thrown in a sort of homing fashion either. They just sort of materialised.
Yeah, because it appeared after they were badass. That was the point. That they had to sort of show off their skills in day-to-day life, and then suddenly they would get this invitation. So apparently they have magic.
Well, I think maybe the explanation... Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The explanation for anything that happens unseen and is kind of badass is ninjas. Just ninjas. And there were pirates and ninjas in that film.
There were.
Well, I'm willing to say that guy was a robot because his arm, the grunty guy whose name I've forgotten with a berry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, his arms. Yeah, let's say Bane.
Oh no!
And his arms reloaded at one point. They literally like. So I'm willing to say he's a robot.
I haven't got that one, but I do have the wrestler girl doing her shotgun kick.
Oh yeah.
And that's very similar.
You mean Tina Armstrong?
Yeah. Wait a minute. That was the wrong one. That was just an example of swishy noises. Yeah.
Sounds a lot like
that was her
Power
fighting.
Rangers.
Yeah, dude. I love that show.
What I used to like about that, actually, a little off topic, in Power Rangers, was the fact that their fighting swishy noises actually happened whenever they were just talking. Because they used to talk a lot with their arms, because obviously, like, I think, yeah, as Lily's demonstrated, because it was actually, like, sort of intercut with, like, a Japanese series, so, like, they only did, like, the bits without masks, and then the rest of it was just Japanese stuff, so it's all just dubbed. So they're all, like, swishing their arms, like, we must stop! Goldar!
Wow.
And it was pretty good.
So which one was your favourite Power Ranger?
Fucking Green Ranger. Any other answer is wrong.
I'm gonna have to say
a wrong answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say a wrong answer. Yeah, and Yellow Power Ranger, Asian.
Yeah,
I don't know. I wish that it was all kind of racist.
Well, yeah, Black Ranger was black.
Yeah,
chap Zach, I think his name was, and
yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Yellow Ranger was Tina.
It was definitely Asian girl.
Yeah,
the other one.
Yeah, she was power of saber-toothed tiger, and it was very racist because she was the Yellow Ranger.
Pink was the other girl.
One?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other one then? Was it purple? Was there a purple?
There was blue. That was Billy.
Blue.
There was
blue.
Triceratops.
Yeah.
I think
he was a geeky dude.
I think blue was the one I liked.
Yeah, blue is my favourite.
Yeah.
Triceratops is a pretty cool dinosaur, so I can kind of see that.
I can't remember there being dinosaurs.
What? They were all dinosaur themed.
What? Were they?
His mask looked like a Triceratops. It only like little grooves and stuff. Like Jason was the Red Ranger. He had a T-Rex type one. Tina had a saber-toothed tiger one. She had like even fangs across the visor. Kimberly was pterodactyl, and she was pink. And Zach was a mastodon. And they combined to make the mighty Megazord. And then the Green Ranger came in, and he basically had Godzilla. He basically had Godzilla as a Megazord, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, when
great.
you Google Power Rangers, Dino Thunder comes up. Is that it?
That's one of the new ones. Just image search Power Rangers 90s or something like that. But yeah, like the green one, he had a little dagger that he summoned Godzilla monster with, and it was amazing.
It's quite interesting how we can start on D.O.A. and then end up with dinosaurs and Power Rangers.
Well, I think it's
because, only us could do that.
Yeah, I think it's because the fighting is about as
cheesy.
Yeah,
yeah, cheesy. And the outfits actually as well. It's like it really annoyed me when at one point Tina actually from D.O.A. now went to a fight scene in denim jeans.
Oh yeah.
It was like, really?
You're going to be so flexible in there.
That was the one against
Zach, who's in leather pants.
Yeah.
Because that made equal amount of sense.
Matt was the one with the shotgun kick, which I tried to find earlier. Here it goes.
Yeah, you can totally hear it reloading.
Yeah.
That's
not even the finishing move. She keeps fighting.
Yeah, no, that's like one of his signature moves, though, isn't it? So that's
Yeah, I did like Zach's hair in the movie though.
green.
The green.
Mm.
And what is it? A green like little Mohican, a green little tash, a little bit of a goatee come in, and it probably matched downstairs as well. I think that's the porn version.
Oh,
There'll definitely be a twist on that.
I think Dead or Alive is pretty much a porn version of Dead or Alive anyway.
Only if you listen to it with the TV off and just the sound on.
There's a lot of grunting.
There is.
A lot of grunting. I didn't really capture any grunting though. It was all it's just too much for me.
Where's Fainted? That's one point.
I did, yeah. They had some clips from the video game. They actually had one which was the KO sound. Apparently that was.
Oh, right.
That was in the game. Hold on.
Christy wins! Christy wins!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all that's from the game.
Yeah,
cool.
I remember the game. I liked the game.
We had the introduction as well. So this is sort of like explaining what's going on a little bit, and then you got the bit from the film.
Okay.
This is Donovan to all combatants. Welcome to D.O.A. Fights can happen anytime, any place, against anyone. I select matchups based on computer analysis of the most competitive scenarios. The computer will broadcast your opponent's image to your ID bracelet. No weapons are allowed in a D.O.A. fight, except the human weapon.
Get ready, fight!
That's definitely from the game.
I like that.
So no weapons allowed apart from the human weapon.
But didn't he use his shoes?
Yeah, it's true. And yeah, so I don't know if that really counts.
People like using vases and stuff at some point as well. I think the human weapon is whatever the fuck you can grab.
while that was going on, that was one of the many montages of people fighting.
Yeah.
And people training. And a lot of people were using like nunchucks in the training.
Hayabusa was using nunchucks.
There was one bit which I thought was amazing. It was a training montage. Everyone is fighting and punching stuff, apart from Helena, who's rollerblading.
Yeah, she did a lot of that.
Ass shots.
Mm.
She just rollerblades around.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Yeah, that's good for you.
She saw something she doesn't need to practice.
Yeah. She takes on all of those ninjas with swords.
Yeah.
True. I quite like Helena. She's good. She's in Falling Skies, the sci-fi thing at the moment.
Not watched that yet.
Yeah. It's alright.
Yeah, it looked pretty corny to me. But, you know, you've got to take what you can get with a lot of TV sci-fi nowadays.
Yeah. I had one last clip I've got.
Cool.
Very quick one.
Wilhelm!
Wilhelm. Yeah. I was surprised there was only one Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
In this.
You'll have to explain that. Wilhelm.
Wilhelm scream is like a stock scream noise.
Yeah, from the 50s or maybe earlier.
If you watch any film, you're more likely to hear it.
I recognise like the noise, like it is a common noise. I just didn't know it was called that.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's the name of the guy who
does the sounds.
Who did the sound?
I guess that would make sense.
Yeah, I was looking at the Wikipedia the other day, and I think it's who they've attributed it to. They're not 100% sure.
It sounds a lot like the name sounds like one that would be used in like sort of army comedy films. Wilhelm kind of thing. Maybe that's just me.
Oh, I think we definitely 100% have to have an Arnie.
Yes. Oh. I have a lot of Arnie films that I'm willing to lend to the cause, including...
Definitely, we'll have a Schwarzenegger special.
Yeah, I think it should end with Commando, because you've got to go out strong. And I feel Commando is the best of the best. And I don't mean Arnie films, I mean films, cinema history. Yeah, it's a love story, it's a comedy, it's an action film. I don't think there's much that Commando doesn't have, to be honest. It's something special.
Okay, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anything else about Dead or Alive?
Oh yeah, Dead or Alive. That was a thing.
I have actually, where is it? I have 2 quotes I wrote down that I quite liked.
Yeah.
I like the, when they were introducing Tina Armstrong and the pirates came, tried to get her boats.
Mm-hmm.
And I quite like the line, "Y'all get off my yacht now, and y'all avoid excruciating pain." I really like that, especially since they looked at her as if to say, seriously.
She basically played the character from My Name is Earl.
Yeah, her character from My Name is Earl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my favourite quote from the film is, see if I can remember his name, Weatherby, the tech guy.
Yeah.
And Helena, when he says, "I'm never going to mess with you," and she goes, "Never?" And he says, "Well, only in a controlled environment." I like that. That was a bit of like, oh, giggity.
I quite liked the end boss treatment. It was very video gamey, and his evil scheme was to take moves from all of the other combatants and use it. A lot of end bosses in games do that, and it's really annoying. And I thought it was kind of. It might not have even been a thing. It might not have been. I don't know, but it was definitely like, in my mind, a bit of a nod to the fact that a lot of video game fighting games end with a mirror match kind of dealio.
He had self-destruct as well.
He did.
I forgot. I do actually have a clip of the self-destruct.
Enjoy your life with a new girlfriend. All 3 minutes of it.
Damn!
All 3 minutes of it.
But yeah, I like that. It stayed true to the games when it did the kind of, as you said, boss fight with he had their moves, so it was harder, and the self-destruct. Every good film should have cool guys don't look at explosions. Because, you know, they don't actually look at the explosion, they all jump off right at the same time.
Yeah.
Now that is a cool screenshot. Definitely, I'll have to get that, I think.
There was a lot of they had the reference to the volleyball game as well.
Yeah.
So was it Extreme?
Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, I think, is the full title, and that's extreme spelled with an X because it's that extreme.
Oh yeah. Do they actually play volleyball?
I think that makes about 20% of the game. I think the rest of it is winning alternative bikinis and taking alluring photographs. I might be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's all I've ever seen advertised of it.
Wow.
Sounds like an awesome game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, are we done with the Dead or Alive or anything else?
I think so. I think we should put it to bed.
Or I would quite like to bring up our superheroes again.
Okay.
Because I really enjoyed talking about that last time.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, where were we at on that?
Right.
Anyone
well,
remember?
last time on Superhero Guys, that were us three.
Oh right, we still have
the
to think.
ragtag. I think the ragtag needs a more sort of government.
Okay, well I'll work on that while we're talking.
Okay. Well, previously on
the ragtag
insert name here, we'd tried and fumbled a first mission where the Shadow and is it Clean Hands was your name?
Clean Hands.
Clean Hands. I'd tried the first mission and it went horribly wrong. Just as a routine sort of find the informant kind of mission.
Duty cop.
Yeah. And I guess maybe possibly the government having second thoughts about this team that can't seem to do anything right. So, but we came together. We had our origins, and we had
Me saving your ass.
Yeah, we had Natasha. I can't remember the last name.
Natasha Uwaskowski.
Yep,
that's the one. Squid.
Our government handler.
I've been practicing my Russian accent, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a hell of a weekend. all the Russian accents flying about.
It's definitely getting better. I'm still going to keep practicing though.
But yeah, where do we take it from there? That's the thing.
We've had the initial test one.
Yeah.
So I guess I think. Well, I almost got raped. Right?
You did almost get raped.
So I think I'm like, I don't like this idea. I'm not going to do this anymore. And then I don't know.
And,
I'm gonna walk away. I think.
Yeah.
I have one.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay, so I think because my power of persuasion, there's a lot I can do single-handedly, but I have to actually get the person to persuade them to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I've been found out. I think they've, discovered my identity, realised I'm a spy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I get kidnapped.
By who?
By
now?
who? Who's they?
Or is that the question?
Yeah, that's the question.
Bad Guys Incorporated.
Okay.
Yeah, like maybe somebody that knew me before, kind of, before I was saved and the government took me on. So, maybe it gets to the point where, the government, whoever I work for, chase you two up. You're the only two others we know with powers. We need your help.
So we have to bring the team back together.
Yeah.
Gotta bring the band back together, man.
Yeah.
Can this be 5 years later or something when we're a little bit more experienced and
No, I
bit
like
jaded?
the inexperience. I like the fact that they're like, look, we know your first trial didn't go well, but we need your help.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole proper S.H.I.E.L.D. moment where they're just like, right, this is what we need doing, and I think I'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, okay, well,
I need more convincing. I don't know. I didn't like that girl. She tried to touch me. She had me raped. I'm not safe anymore.
yeah. Well, that was pretty funny, getting him almost rigged, but that went really bad, and I don't want to be a part of anything. I don't want to be a part of the team that he's on anymore, kind of thing.
The thing is, you need money.
Do I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why?
And it didn't really go
That's
that bad for you.
There's my puppy.
You're in a
need a
huge
kidney.
gambling debt.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You need money bad, and we are offering you
big
a
bucks.
lot
He's
of
the
money.
shadow guy. I kind of think he could maybe steal money quite easily.
Yeah, he can steal it, but it's traceable.
Traceable?
It's traceable, and he gets caught. I mean, the government are keeping tabs on you guys now.
I suppose it's a slippery slope for me if I do start stealing.
Yeah. And...
I have bills. My dental practice isn't doing so well. I don't know.
No. You're lonely.
Oh.
You need more meaning to your life. You go down a bad path where you contemplate suicide.
I broke off all contact. Okay, I think the shadow guy needs to emerge while I'm on the bridge, looking off the edge.
Okay.
Ready to end it all.
Because he doesn't get money if you're not involved. Part of his job is to get you involved. They've got him in.
Yeah.
They've got him. Yeah, I'll do it. Okay.
Because I'm better.
Yeah.
Oh.
Clean hands is better.
I think you should be looking over the edge, and then the camera should be looking behind you, and I should be running straight at you, like in that movie Haywire, where the terrifying woman is just running at the back.
I got a better idea. I think he actually jumps off the bridge, but he jumps into shadows, and you kind of like
teleport him.
Yeah.
Shadow
teleport him.
Shadowport. Shadow hop. Shadow hop him. Shadow hop.
I think we need to copyright shadow hopping.
Shadow hopping, yeah.
Sounds a bit,
Whoop. That's what noise I make whenever I do whoop. It's not very stealthy.
So it's a Skype noise.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh.
I'm not dead. What's going on?
Whoop.
I'm so confused. I touched the floor. I don't know.
Oh.
Have we come up with an accent for you yet?
I don't want an accent.
Aww.
I just do sort of grizzly Batman voice. Like whatever accent I'd have, I'd sort of do grizzly over it because it's a shadow dude, and shadow dude needs a grizzly voice. That's what I'm thinking.
Did you say so?
So what was your actual name?
Mahoney's putting the band back together. We need you.
Just the shadow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The government agent is now called Mahoney.
Mahoney. Okay.
Mahoney needs you.
I don't do that anymore.
So, did we come up with actual names for you guys?
I don't think we did.
So, I have the Natasha Uwaskwenski and the Whisperer. That was bad.
That was good.
Yeah?
That's good. Yeah. Just, I don't know, got a speech impediment.
Oh, I'm not even going to
Russian with a speech impediment.
Well, they don't say the W's, it's V's. Visparan.
W's.
No, it is good.
Vodka.
Visparan.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, are you guys just keeping your identity secret?
Yeah.
I secret identity.
I like to think that my superhero persona has taken over more of my life, so there's very little that I do outside.
Ooh, so you have a lot of fake IDs.
I haven't got any IDs.
Maybe nobody actually knows who you are. You've just come out of nowhere. You're just like John Smith.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm going to call you John Smith.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. And we need to come up with a nice Jewish name for you, I think.
Yeah, without being too racist. I think we established that I'm not practicing, and it was just a family and neighbourhood type thing. Yeah. So I don't think I'm particularly Jewish, just I grew up like that.
So you just picked up the accent?
Yeah.
He does it so people don't know who he is. He's actually got like this very thick German accent, and the Jewish throws them off.
It reminds me of...
Is that a bit dark? Oh jeez.
I'm
the shadow.
What's the film with, you get all these misfit superhero style... I don't think they actually have powers.
That is Mystery Men with Ben Stiller.
Yes. It kind of reminds me... I can imagine you being the Fort guy.
I like them.
Oh, yeah.
The Blue Raja.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I can imagine you being the Ben Stiller's character, kind of dressed all dark and mysterious kind of thing. And yeah, maybe a bit kind of klutzy.
He's the one with the least powers, though. Really.
Yeah, he says when he gets angry he has incredible strength, but he really doesn't.
No.
Just goes.
The other guy's like got a shovel. He's just got his fists.
I like the bowling ball lady.
Yeah. Because she's the only one with an actual kind of power,
pretty much.
Really.
Isn't
the guy who farts he's pretty effective.
Oh,
he's pretty gross though. Isn't Kel?
Yeah, I was going to say Keenan and Kel.
Yeah. Kel was the big one.
He's invisible. So maybe, he actually has a power.
Oh,
yeah.
He
manages
it. He can only go invisible when no one's looking at him.
That's right.
But I think he does actually go invisible.
He does, because he gets past the motion sensors or something like that, I think it is.
There you go.
Yeah, all their powers have like these ifs. So they can only do it if a certain thing, which must suck. Because, it's kind of bad timing. It's like, I can't actually do it.
Bowling ball lady sort of has a power too, but it's more that she's just got an enchanted bowling ball.
With the dad's skull in it.
Because it does like lots of bouncy things, then it's like at the screen and stuff like that.
Do that again?
That was good.
Okay, you sound like a horse.
Yeah. Evil skeleton horse, the way. That one's for all the bronies out there.
So any ideas with the
that I'm not a part of.
The group name?
Yeah. I don't think we need a group name right now, because like we're not. We worked under a group name under you when you were trying to train us to become something more. But now that we're just after you, trying to get you back, we don't really need an operation name, I suppose. Unless you've got any good ones.
No, I'm running on empty at the moment. I can't really think too much. So we're thinking of a group name when you finally rescue me, hopefully. Don't let me die.
Well, we have to work out who they are first.
They.
Who do you think would...
Okay, they're making... Should we go with the kind of, usual scenario of they're making a big bioweapon? I discovered them, I tried to convince them to stop. They discovered I have this gift. Ducked it in my mouth, kidnapped me.
I think a more believable thing would be that because you were careless in the past, they kidnap you so that you can then push a scientist that they've kidnapped to help them. The guy who's on the cutting edge.
Right.
Research, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they're using your ability.
Right.
I like that, yeah.
And they all walk around with like earmuffs on so they can't hear you, so you can't push
You're all like
them.
hooked up to a machine as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Why am I hooked up to a machine?
Because it's kinky.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
no, it's just to stop you running away, They're trying to harness your psychic energies, maybe.
Yeah,
that could be it. They're trying to figure out how you tick, and then they can push the whole world.
They're trying to do what's the one with you can actually inject yourself with
with the vial to have superpowers. It's a film.
When will they inject themselves?
Well, they mentioned that sort of thing in Heroes, which we touched on last time. It's the only one I can think of.
Heroes?
Well,
it was a film where like certain people had powers. I don't think it was Heroes.
You might have, well, there's a lot of films with injections. Hulk and Captain America both have injections in them.
Yeah, it wasn't a film, it was the 4400 series, where it's really interesting actually. People go missing, and I won't say too much because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but basically people go missing throughout like a space of about 50 years, and then suddenly they all reappear, 4,400 of them, and they are discovered to actually have abilities when they reappear, and supposedly, you know, they're supposed to be used to shape the way the world kind of...
The future.
Yeah.
Like develops, right?
Yeah, the way the future is set. And they actually, there's something in their blood that is kind of, like, not necessarily a defect, but there's something in their blood that isn't in normal blood, and they kind of harness that as a kind of drug. But I think somebody in a lab discovers that if you kind of harness that and like do something with it and inject people with it, it gives them a 50-50 chance of either having powers or of killing them. And then everybody kind of, I think most people tend to take the risk and, you know, try to get powers because, you know, you've got 4,400 people with powers, you're a bit jealous. And so yeah, that's what I was on about. It's quite interesting. It kind of reminds me a bit of that.
Well, I think, well, when you were saying about that, all I could think was the Batman movie with Jim Carrey. So I'm pretty sure he has like something on like a TV top thing.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I don't remember a lot about it, but
it's
controlling people's minds.
It scans their minds for the deepest secrets and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And Batman, played by Val Kilmer, I think that one was. The terrible Batman anyway.
Yeah.
He's sort of baited into going into one of these booths as Bruce Wayne, and that's how he works out that he's Bruce Wayne, and through one of these crazy TVs.
So yeah, I think that it could actually be the fact that basically they're breaking me down. You know, they're trying to find an abnormality, right? I said that too fast. In like my body, my cells, my blood, you know, the lot, to try and find, like, to kind of single out the source of the power and then clone it or, you know, use it to try and basically make it into either a bioweapon or make some money off it somehow. But I think, I don't know, I'd like to think that there isn't anything. And actually I came up with a group name that kind of goes along with that. If they cannot find how we have these powers, you know, we're exactly the same as the average Joe, then, you know, they don't know we've been injected with something or, you know, wherever you said.
You had the tablets.
Scientist
guy.
Like, that was one theory. But maybe we were born that way and it just happened. Maybe, you know, this crazy scientist guy, because, you know, I'm from the other half of the world. I think it's a bit far-fetched.
Okay,
but
we'll edit that history bit then.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we're kind of born with it, but no abnormalities. And our group name could possibly be the Unexplainables.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
everything with an X in it makes it sound better, so I like that.
And then we can get recognised as the Expendables, something, and then that's quite a good comparison.
Yeah, that's true.
So either the or just Unexplainables.
I think it needs the.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one theory. I'll keep working on it. But
if I remember right, the origins were Wes was Clean Hands.
Clean Hands.
Had like tablets dropped in his Coke or something like that.
No, that was me.
That was Lally because she didn't want to get injected.
We decided
in the back of the head.
I got injected in the back of the head at first, but then we sort of changed everything around.
Yeah, we didn't have it. We just said the Coke.
Yeah.
Tablet fell in our Cokes for all three of us.
Chance in the back of the head.
I'm quite happy with his being from nature. And maybe all of us being from nature.
Yeah,
right?
well, I think that's what it was sort of decided on, because Lely decided that hers would be that she was born with, and mine was after getting beaten the hell out of.
So maybe you need like a traumatic event to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because you were getting bullied and things in your foster homes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what's my traumatic event?
You couldn't get out of the house, remember? Because you didn't
You
like touching
germ
things.
Oh, yeah. So that just escalated until I couldn't leave my room.
Yeah.
And then out of necessity, it came forward. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Here's another one. How about the uncontrollables?
I think that would work better for like brawler type teams. I like the first one quite a lot.
Yeah. The Uncontrollables was the team before, and they couldn't control them. So they disbanded.
they let them back into the wild.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how's the comic coming? Have you started that yet?
I've done some sketches. I'm not going to put anything up until it's put together, but I like how some of it's looking. I haven't actually told you guys about that. I told you guys that I was going to draw it, but I haven't told you guys that I've actually started doodling it.
No, you haven't mentioned it since the...
No, I'm keeping it on the... I'm keeping it Mum's.
DL.
Yeah. But, yeah, I like it. It's looking cool.
Yeah, that... I've got a kind of feeling that's going to be like kind of Scott Pilgrim style. Quite...
It's quite cartoony. I like drawing in quite a cartoony style. So
That'd be cool.
I'm up for that.
Maybe kind of black and white. We just like maybe just one or two colour bits. Like maybe my bright blue hair.
Yeah.
And then like halfway down the page you've got like, I don't know, a pool of red blood or something. Or, you know, just kind of like a dash of colour here and there. Quite dramatic.
Me and Jenny watched a programme about kawaii culture, which is Japanese for cute.
Yeah.
And there was a cosplay girl on there, and she was dressed up like this bear character, and she had these like cut out cardboard blood splodges on her. So she sees that as to like accent, because she was it was all pink, but very light pink, and she had these bright red sort of splotches on her chest or on her face and stuff. So maybe it could be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a weird hour that we spent watching that.
Yeah, I wasn't actually going to bring that up ever to anyone, but there we go. Have that internet.
It was fun, yeah. So Kawaii International, I recommend it to everyone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh
my god. Great. Yeah. So should we move on to something else?
Yeah, actually, when we mentioned last week that I was going to do like an Agni type of thing, which I'm going to kind of nickname it the Crisis Corner. Gives a bit more of a kind of broad outlook. And I've actually been keeping my eye out for like a few just kind of funny little kind of help, what shall I do articles. So I've actually found one which I think maybe you guys could have a shot at seeing if you could answer it.
And maybe we'll inspire confidence in our listeners, and they'll be like, wow, I really want to share my problem with the internet anonymously.
But probably not.
So are you ready?
Go.
Okay, so what are we calling you guys? What's your kind of dear name?
I don't know, I think just keep it to Crisis Corner right now. Dear Crisis Corner.
Dear Crisis Corner, can you help? An accounting colleague wants me to dominate him when we do month end, but I'm not comfortable with it. I'm 28 and he's 44, and we started working together a few months ago. Things seemed to be going okay until last month. Out of the blue, he insisted on dressing up as a French maid and being ordered to do menial accounting tasks such as filing, photocopying and signing cheques. That wasn't a problem for me, as we had quite a backlog to catch up on. But now he's asked if I can abuse him verbally and physically, suggesting I accuse him of not being fully qualified, spank him repeatedly with end-of-month reconciliations, file, and refuse to sign off his journals. I just don't think I can do it. What should I do? It's as though he just wants to feel small, humiliated, and worthless.
Yeah. That's a hell of a situation. Just get on to HR.
So to sum it up, you've got a bit of an accounting kind of office, kinky little, he likes to be dominated. boss went along with it. She's like, yeah, there's loads of work to be done. Now he's getting a bit far with it, and she's a bit freaked out.
Imagine doing that in your work, like just approaching your boss, like, yeah, can you treat me like shit, please? That's horrendous.
See, most bosses would do that for free.
Yeah,
you know, just every day. You don't even have to ask.
I suppose we got to think, what's the dynamic? Because he might we're assuming it's a girl.
It's a guy that likes to dress up as a French maid.
Yeah,
and it's the girl that's the boss.
Yeah. So it might be a very independent thing. So it might be just those two guys, people working there.
Well,
if it's a bigger firm, that's weird.
That is weird.
Okay, so have we got any advice, Jay?
Well, it's your own fault if you've been leading him along and giving him, a little spanky poo with your files. Then it's your own fault for feeding the fire.
It's a hell of a jump. They can't. It must have been gradual.
Yeah, but I imagine that he was like, the joking at start, and then it just got to go worse and worse. Yeah, and she sort of fed the fires, and then he was doing the files for her, and she was like, "This is pretty sweet. I can go home early,"
So what you're saying is, summing it up, hey, Miss Boss, you let him on. It's your fault. Deal with him.
Yeah.
Why are you writing to us?
Grow up.
So that's the final kind of. Okay, so if any of our listeners have any kind of similar problems, basically it's your own fault. Deal with it.
Yeah, I think that's a good summary.
What you could do is just take it too far and freak him out.
Yes.
So turn the tables.
Yes.
And go beyond his common point, and he'll be like, "Whoa, okay, this is too much," and then he'll stop. Or he'll really dig it, and then you'll be even worse off, I guess.
Present him with a weirder fetish. Take a shit in one of your files and then give it to him. Tell him to file it away in his pants. And maybe he'll not like it and leave you alone forever. Or if you're the boss, transfer him to another department. Well,
or just
problem solved.
Yeah, get into it. Yeah,
punch your
that's an
employee
interesting way to take it.
I know you wanted to touch on some video game news, Jay.
Oh, video games. Yeah. Well, it's, because we're doing this, this is a fortnight in news, really, since last time. Mostly the biggest thing is probably the fact that OnLive, the streaming service that came out last year, has gone bust and has been bought out by another company. Half of the staff is gone, but actually Microsoft is looking into hiring them at the moment, apparently.
Well, it wasn't really a surprise when you said that they'd gone under, because, okay, so Larry, you like games, but you're not a massive gamer like Jay.
No.
And I would say I'm in between the two of you. Had you ever even heard of OnLive?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever seen an advert?
Her housemate owned the console.
Right. Because I'd never seen an advert.
No, mate.
Game magazine?
No.
Did I just say game magazine?
You did say game magazine.
I'm going to have to re-listen to that. That's terrible. I've never seen any TV adverts.
Nope.
Anything. Other than just when you've mentioned it yourself.
Well, I went to, I think it was the launch event, really. Eurogamer last year, they gave out thousands of free consoles.
Well,
it was a killer of a queue. No, that was fine. it's people pay monthly for the subscription or whatever, that type of dealio. I mean, well, actually, they're paying for the games, and then. But the thing is, the big thing about it with me is that you never actually own the game because you're not even downloading it to a hard drive per se. You're just streaming it from their servers like you would Netflix. It's basically a Netflix for gaming, which could be great in the future, but I just don't think there's any place for it right now. I think that you need to have some sort of ownership when it comes to the game in question.
So, interesting project, but I guess it's not going to go anywhere.
No, I mean, they've been bought out and they're saying the service is going to carry on, but after this, I can't see it lasting, to be honest.
Anything else going on in games?
Well, more layoffs, the PopCap, and I can't pronounce the word now.
Super Mario got made redundant.
Super Mario, he's looking...
Yeah.
No!
Princess kicked him out.
Because he was part of a a plumbing firm rather than being independent, and he got laid off.
He wasn't part of the union.
He wasn't really doing a lot of plumbing. He was just going into pipes, out of pipes, and jumping.
I mean, he spent the last 25 years in the Mushroom Kingdom, and he came back up, and he was surprised that his house had been repossessed. And frankly, that's, it's his own fault.
Yeah.
Harmonix are making a new game, which is a pretty big thing. Harmonix are the guys that made Rock Band, Guitar Hero, and all of the other important rhythm games.
So what kind of game they're making?
They're making a combat-heavy game, apparently.
Oh, what console?
We don't know. They've listed a job opportunity looking for coders for a new combat-heavy game for next-gen consoles, is how they phrased it. So I don't know if that means, PlayStation 4, Xbox... 720, I think some people are calling it Wii U, or if they're just sort of assuming this is, it's been a very long console lifetime at the moment. They usually only go for 4 or 5 years, and it's been
which is good
6
for
or
me
7.
because I fucking hate radio or anything like that.
But I love getting new things, just the new.
I was going to call a line and a PS2. I wasn't going to do anything else after, and then I got persuaded to buy a 360, and I'm really glad that I did.
Yeah,
because I play it a lot.
Well, what really annoys me about when they bring out new hardware is when it's not backwards compatible. Like you've got your PlayStation 2, you can't play your PlayStation 2 games on the PlayStation 3, but you can play the PlayStation 1 games, which is weird.
See, I think consoles like PS, for instance, if you've got a PS1, 2, 3, I think you should just be able to play everything.
Yeah.
Like, fair enough, you can't play PS3 games on a PS1, but I think you should be able to play older stuff on newer consoles.
Yeah. That's what I quite liked about the Wii when it came out. I mean, it didn't really pan out as well as it should have because of the whole casual game thing. But they had the eShop they had, and you could play GameCube games, you could play Wii games, and then they brought out a huge selection of NES, SNES, and Nintendo 64 games, which is basically Nintendo's whole catalogue of, consoles. So I thought it was pretty cool, but obviously it didn't just pan out very well. But speaking of the Wii U, the successor, it's coming out this fall or winter, and they're actually having a press event in September now, on the 13th, so hopefully we'll know more about it, because they've been very secretive, and frankly I don't know if I'm going to buy one, because they haven't said enough about it to sort of persuade.
Do you have a prediction for the future with regards to games and that sort of thing?
Games on the whole?
Yeah.
There'll be more.
Yeah.
We'll spend lots of money.
There'll be a crap ton with microtransactions and casual modes, and it'll be awful.
Yeah, are there any actual games kind of due to be released?
That's a good question. Well, Sleeping Dogs is a big one, and that's just been released. I can't really think of anything. I'm probably, but as I say, I'm broke at the moment, so I'm been keeping a good track as I should. Resident Evil 6 and Borderlands 2, the two massive titles that are going to be coming out soon.
And Black Ops 2 as well.
And Black Ops 2 in the fall, yeah.
Ooh.
Which will obviously sell like 3 million copies without me even having to big it up. But it does sound more interesting than Call of Duty has been.
I think you should go for that little, the underground movement of Call of Duty. I think, it needs our help.
It does.
So I think you should definitely go pre-order that.
I think it'll be the surprise big seller.
It will. I think it will. There's a groundswell.
Exactly.
I think people can really get into first-person shooters.
That and a new FIFA game. I don't think anyone's going to buy that, so we should big that up because naturally, football games every year are important.
Dead or Alive 5 for PS3 and Xbox 360.
Which
is coming out.
Oh, it's a circle, full circle.
Yep.
It's like a snake eating its tail.
That's
meant to be.
I don't think we can get any better than that, to be honest.
I see, I'm having a look.
I would like to throw out on the Dead or Alive topic that there was an article that came out quite recently about the development of Dead or Alive 5, claiming that the developers have gone, quote unquote, hands-on with the breasts to get better to get better breast physics.
So they groped a lot of women.
Yeah, they groped their co-workers and wives apparently to get the best in boob
They don't
physics.
normally grope their wives.
No, they quite neglect.
So it's like
These guys are working with what they
Video
perceive
games.
as perfect women. So they're not gonna go home and they're like, oh, it's you. So
maybe they just mean it was in a clinical setting.
yeah, they just run the gloves.
Yeah, we actually saw, was it a YouTube video the other day of like the old graphics?
Yeah, the PlayStation 1 title, or the first Dead or Alive, and it was horrific.
Yeah, the girls pretty much edge forwards, like kind of jump forwards, and their boobs stay with them and then bounce afterwards, and it's literally from kind of nose height to belly button, doing, doing, doing.
First YouTube comment.
It's just so terrible.
First YouTube comment was, most of the damage done in this shot is from their own breasts hitting them in the face, which is pretty
So
spot
true.
on. Yeah.
Something you might be interested in, Street Fighter X or 5
Street Fighter X.
Tekken.
X Tekken.
X Tekken, is it?
Yeah.
Is out towards the end of October.
I do like my fighting games. I've never been big on Tekken, but I love some Street Fighter.
I just don't get it.
You don't get it?
No. Up a B. Up a B.
No,
Up
it's not
B.
like that. No.
It is though.
It's
It
not.
is, right?
No.
Kick.
Street Fighter's
Kick.
more quarter circle forward, high punch.
Yeah.
See, yeah.
Oh, I found the best one.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Best one is Little Big Planet karting.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm getting that. I'm pre-ordering it.
Ooh, that game.
There was a closed beta
No.
the other day. I've heard good things about it. So it's actually from the people that made oh Christ, what the hell's it called? It's another karting game which I've completely Mod Nation Racers, which is basically Little Big Planet racing. So yeah. Other than that, I don't think there's much happened.
Okay, well, I think we'll call it that. Is there anything you want to plug or push? We've set up our email accounts and Twitters
Twitter,
and everything like that, which we tagged on at the end last time.
Yeah, the Twitter is at Me You Geek.
Yeah, so that's twitter.com
And that's no
/
spaces.
Me You Geek.
And the email is the same as last time. Me plus you equals geek, all spelt correctly, in a row, no
Yeah.
spaces. And that's at hotmail.co.uk.
So if you've got any suggestions or you want to ask us a very personal question,
Yeah, Jay loves answering personal questions, so definitely send some in. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Any recommendations for anything else? Definitely watch the Dead or Alive film for a good laugh, and let us know what you think.
Definitely don't watch the Dead or Alive film.
It's worth a watch.
I
It
really
is.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough that I'm willing to admit on the internet that we watched my DVD copy of it.
Oh, great.
Okay?
Oh, we
Yeah.
haven't mentioned actually in recent news.
Go on.
Neil Armstrong is no dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
So R.I.P.
yeah.
Well,
that's really
That
sad.
happened. Was it yesterday or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Neil.
So we should probably throw that in at the end and.
R.I.P. Neil.
Well, we never really walked on the moon, so
They did though.
There's
I know,
footprints
I
that
know.
proves it.
I was telling Larry earlier that actually they recently had the first photographs that actually show like where they were, and you can see tracks from the moon buggy
Alright.
and stuff like that on the actual moon. They got like some really good telescopes, and yeah,
that's cool.
And the only kind of recent news thing I can think of apart from that is the naked pictures, or the naked but still covered up pictures of Prince Harry in Vegas partying it up, which has been all over the news because apparently it's absolutely shocking that somebody rich, famous, and who's a soldier, so works very hard and likes to party hard, is, kind of having a good time, which I think if it was anybody else it'd be no problem, but I don't see anything wrong with
if
that.
you type in Prince Harry on Google, Vegas pictures is the first thing that comes up.
There's been a lot of kind of talk about it, saying that he's disgraced England and Britain because of it. It's not like he set out to purposely, kind of embarrass the Brits. We do that on our own.
He's got his hands in his junk. I don't know what the problem is.
I'm not being funny, but he's a person like everybody else. It's not like he was doing anything wrong. He was playing a couple games of strip pool with some friends, and I don't see anything wrong.
So the son went for Harry grabs the crown jewels. I quite like that.
Very classy.
Yeah, you gotta love the son for that.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a ginger nut.
Well, you know my thoughts on gingers.
Oh dear.
But ginger nuts...
They're really nice biscuits, to be fair. I do like a ginger nut.
So, in other words, Wes does like to have a bit of a nibble on ginger nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, and on that bombshell, I think we will say goodbye. So, from Wes
and Lily,
and Jay, bye.
Game over.